We meet a local inventor who has a big idea that could save homes and lives from the devastation that results from fires.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Getting started.
My name is Marcus Ramsey. I invented a fireproof foam to cover every house in California to save them from the wildfires.
My name is Mike Dyson. Our company name is Central Urethane. We're out of Wabash, Indiana. We manufacture spray foam and foam products.
So I own several spray foam businesses, and I went down to downtown Indianapolis. A house had caught in fire, and a company called and wanted me to spray over the foam that had caught in fire. I was newer to the industry back then, so I'd never seen this before. So I went down to look at the house, and the foam charred, but it didn't burn. The studs actually burnt a lot worse than the foam did. And I just thought, driving home that night, how odd that was. So when I got home, the first thing I did was turn on the national news, and it was about 6 o'clock, and it was Bryant Williams reporting live California wildfires. This is right when I walked in the door. And he spun around and he put the microphone in this lady's face, and she was an elderly lady, and she was crying, and behind her was a chimney and 2 cars burnt to the ground. And my heart sank for her. And I thought the same moment when that happened, well, I could have put plastic on the outside of that lady's house, sprayed about 8 inches of foam on it, and insulated it from the outside in. And I called a good friend of mine, Lee Paul, and I told him about my idea, and he had a patent attorney, and we got busy testing foams out at his property, and that's how I came about the patent. I looked him up online because I wanted to get a closer rep, and then come to find out he was right up in Wabash, and I'm born and raised in Peru, so it was real close. So, and then we actually had mutual friends and didn't even know each other. And then I showed them the patent book, and his dad's a business partner of his, and they really liked it and believed in it, and we kind of started this together.
Well, when he first brings this up, you know, I mean, we really didn't know Marcus at that time very much, you know, and we're kind of like, well, you know, we hear lots of ideas from different people and different thoughts on stuff, and you know, yeah, oh, that sounds like a good idea, you know, you'll hear that. And then we're like, he brings his over, and it's like, why have people not done this yet? You know, I mean, this is this makes sense. When you burn it, when a house burns from the inside, most of the time the outside behind the foam is still there. The plywood's a lot of times still there. So it's like, we're like, if this could be done over the whole outside of the building, like what he's talking, it would basically insulate, like exactly like he says, insulate it directly from the fire.
The clarity was of saving the life and home, and sparing that lady just the emotional damage and losing everything she had. And it really drove me every day to make sure this happens to help save people and their property. There's a lot of psychological things that happen when everybody loses everything. I didn't even come across, I was just trying to save property. I'd be in airports talking to people about my idea, and they're like, oh, my house caught fire. And listening to them about how emotional it was for them to lose everything, and that really drove me even more.
So as far as the development, yeah, so he's coming to us and he's talking with us about this whole thing. There are certain parts of this that we can take the foam and make it the way that it needs to be, fit it right to that certain fit for it. Make it more environmentally friendly, so when you are spraying it out there and you have to do that, it's, you know, it's going to be something that, and if it does catch on fire, if it does have some fumes and stuff coming off it, make it as healthy as possible as part of that. So keeping everything clean, that's the biggest thing, and finding the best technology to make this more fireproof and doing things as far as that way.
I think he's had some great breakthroughs just in the last month. I mean, we have a product that will work now, but he has an even better product that we think we can go out right now. If we could be out in California this second, putting on homes and saving structures and life, hopefully. We're talking about spraying cell phone towers, bridges that are melting, anything metal to save telecoms. And then one of the guys up in Canada, they came up with an idea to spray the railroad tracks in areas where the railroad's going through. The steel rail is bending and warping so bad now they can't get trains through. So there's a lot more applications than just homes. This application for wildfires can also be directly applied to hurricane areas. It will survive a Cat 5 at 8 inches thick. You can fire 2x4s at 200 mile an hour and it will not penetrate. And also, not only does it give it structure and save everything, but it waterproofs the whole structure, so when the hurricane comes through, nothing's ruined. And you've seen videos of them gutting high rises and just throwing the carpet and everything out, the furniture, gutting it, you know, and going back. I can save every house in hurricane areas also, not only from the winds, but also from the water. The business plan is to get a fire truck, gut the fire truck, and then put 4 reactors, which sprays foam, huge generator, compressor, and have everything on board with a ladder truck. This does work every time. So they would you would call me, and we would be out there, and we're going to lease this technology to other people so they can also use it, and call those companies also. And that's what the capital helps with, of making those connections and getting those business deals done. And I've been told insurance companies have arms for research and development. They could invest in this, and they actually are the ones that tell you, yeah, you're getting this applied if you like it or not. I think through the country, you know, insurance companies, we hear it on the news every day. They're just pulling out of Florida and, you know, California and I think I've invented something where the insurance companies can actually make a profit again and stay there and get rates, you know, lower throughout the country. My fire foam patent just cleared the patent office. It's not pending any longer. And how long, and all the dialogue between me and the attorney and then the patent office, and how long it took. It took 3.5 years through the patent office, while I sat on the couch and watched wildfires burn. So a couple gentlemen from Canada came down and loved my idea, and they took my patent and they're putting it in all of our names in Canada right now. I can't wait till I'm sitting on my couch and watching other companies apply it and saying, wow, I did something for the country. I've been told by several business people that I've created a whole new industry for the country.
Marcus tells us he's put together a team of people who share in his vision. Later, we'll learn more about Mike Dyson and his family-owned Wabash, Indiana spray foam company and why they got involved in the project. Inventor and innovators need some access to capital to make their dreams happen, of course, but that pursuit can be long and detailed. Up next, we revisit the basics to access to capital with Matthew Murphy III.